Hi, this is Scott with eTrailer. Today we're taking a look at and installing our TowSmart Hitch for our 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So my first impressions of this hitch is it really looks pretty nice on this one. I like how this one is kind of tucked way behind our bumper, so it kind of hides back in there a little bit, and that's going to help with ground clearance, say on your departure, and leaving angles when you're going down steep hills, say you're off-road. That's going to help with that. Another nice thing about this one is it's got a really good gloss powder coat finish on it, so it's going to hold up really well to the elements, and you're not going to get a lot of corrosion on it and get rust on it over time. It's going to be the common 2-inch size, so most of your accessories are going to fit this hitch. So say you want to have a bike rack on the back, so you can have a couple bikes on there. Maybe you want to have a cargo carrier with your extra camping gear. This one's going to get that done for you. This hitch is going to have a 5/8 pinhole opening, and that's going to accommodate your pin and clip, and that's going to hold any of your accessories in place. Now this hitch will not come with a pin, but a lot of your accessories may have one with it. Other than that, if you need one, you can pick up a pin here at eTrailer. Another nice option for these is going to be your locking pin. Those are nice for, say you go out on the trail and you have your nice bike rack on the back. That's going to allow you to lock it in place, so while you're going down the trail, nobody can take that off on you. Now, as far as your safety loops go, you're going to be able to accommodate your S-style loops or your clevis style. Either one of those are going to work out well for you when you're pulling your trailer. As far as our measurements go, from the top of our receiver tube to the ground, we're looking at right around 19.5 inches. And with that measurement, that's gonna give you an idea of if you need any raise in the shank of, say, your bike carriers or your cargo carriers. But with this one, that's a pretty good size measurement, so you shouldn't have any problems there. Now, from the center of our pinhole opening out to the edge of the bumper, we're looking at right around 3 inches. And also, we're looking at close to 9.5 to 10 to the outside of our tire. Now, with those measurements, that's going to give you an idea on if you have any folding accessories, if you'll be able to fold those up and not make any contact with the back of your vehicle. Now, if one of the things you're worried about is being able to open up your gate on your Jeep, one of the things we do offer is a swing away accessories. We do have those, so those will actually swing away with your bike rack or your cargo carrier and swing out of the way, and those will actually allow you to open up the tailgate of your Jeep and access everything that you have in the back. As far as weights go for this hitch, we're looking at a tongue weight rating of 350 pounds, and that's going to be the weight pushing down on the lower portion of your hitch. Now that's going to be the combination of your bike carriers with all of your bikes on it, or your cargo carrier loaded down with all of your gear. Now for a gross trailer weight rating, we're looking at 3,500 pounds, and that's going to be the weight of your trailer and everything that you have on it. Now keep in mind, it's always a good idea to take a look in your owner's manual and make sure you don't exceed the number in there. So it's always best to go with the lowest number between your hitch and your owner's manual. Now, if you plan on getting this hitch or you already have it and you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave a comment or any pictures of how you're using your hitch down below in the comments. Now, as far as installation goes for this one, it's pretty straightforward and it really isn't too hard to do. But if it's something you don't have time to do, you can always take a look at our dealer locator and have something done for you locally. If it's something you feel like taking on yourself, stick around, watch our video, and we'll help you get it installed. To start our installation, what we want to do is pop off the 2 isolators that are back here on our muffler that comes across. What that's going to do is allow us to have room to move our muffler down so we can put our long bolts through. Now we're going to have the 2 isolators back in above our bumper. Now, these isolators can be a little tricky to get off, so just try and use a pry bar or something, and once you get them over that little end, you're good to go. Now, to make things a little easier with these isolators being really tricky to get off, you can get away with taking off the passenger side and then just let this hang down. As I said before, the only reason we're dropping this down is because the bolts that go through the hitch are pretty long, so you just need a little bit of room to get them to slide in through the frame. Now on our Rubicon model we're doing our installation on today, we're going to have this little plate with weld nuts on it right behind our bumper, and we're going to have 2 bolts going through that. We need to get that removed and out of the way. Now this little plate is kind of wedged in there, so I'm just going to take my pry bar and just get that wiggled around a little bit, and we'll get that pulled right out of place. Now we test fit our hitch in place, and it doesn't quite give us enough room behind our bumper because our Rubicon has a reinforced part in the back of its bumper. So what I'm going to do is just back off these 2 bolts, and that should give us enough wiggle room to get our hitch slid in place. And these are 16mm bolts. We don't have to take them completely out. Just want to back them off. Now we'll just push our hitch up into place. We want to line it up with our holes. Might have to use a little bit of force to get that pushed up in there. Now for our hardware in our kit, we're going to have our long bolts. We just want to take one of the washers that come in the kit and run that onto the bolt. Now we'll just get them through the back of our hitch. May have to bump your hitch around a little bit to get everything to line up. Now if you're able to pull the bolt in and out, what I usually do is just take my finger, hold the nut in place with the bolt backed up. And just get one started. Now that we have all of our hardware in place, we can come back through and snug everything down. Now the ones right here in the back, it's kind of easiest to take your wrench and use the box end of it or a gear wrench and just get that through there, through your safety loop. And snug it down that way. Now we'll go back through and snug down our bolts that we loosened up on the bottom of our bumper. Now we'll come back through and torque down all of our hardware to the specifications listed in our instruction manual. If you don't have a torque wrench, you can pick one up here at eTrailer or take a look at your local auto parts store and you should be able to rent one there. Now we can get our exhaust put back in place. And with that back in place, that'll do it for our installation of our TowSmart Hitch on our 2021 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. I'm Scott with eTrailer, and thanks for watching.